must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.
It is a change of mindset. It is a change to liberate our people, their minds, to liberate them, to be able to be self-sufficient and independent. That is what the meaning of true independence is. Not to be dependents. And we cannot do that if we don't focus our minds. Another 20 years, these people will not be there. It will be you people. Yeah? So if you don't work today to prepare for then, how are you going to handle? Yeah? Because you shall be the leaders. If it is difficult today for us to handle 47 million people, how are you going to handle 89 million people? And that is why we must focus on these institutional changes. And that is why we must recognize that a nation is not about a leader. It is about continuity. Mimi nitaenda mwaka ujao. You must make sure that you protect the gains that we have made so far, and you make sure they are added onto, so that by the time you come, by the time you are in the driving wheel, you have a prosperous country. Don't you want a government that comes, that makes sure that by the time you are now in leadership, you're bigger, you're better, you're brighter, you're stronger? Yeah? As opposed hapa ya kukuja with fake stories. Yeah? Stories that will not affect or change your life in any way whatsoever. Yeah? We want people who will come into that next government who will ensure that the work that we are doing in Konza, to ensure that we have our Silicon Savannah, to provide high quality jobs to young people in this country, will continue. Right? We want people who will ensure what we are doing in Dedan Kimathi, making microchips that we are now selling to Japan, to the US. We expand that business, again, high quality, high paying jobs for our people. Right? We want to continue to ensure that this work that we are trying to achieve, ya kuhakikisha vijana wanaweza to get online work, and they are able to market their goods online, right? So that they have the whole world as their market, continues, right? We want to make sure that our trade deals that we are trying to tie up with the United Kingdom, with the United States, with Africa, is ongoing. Be awake. Yeah? And take control of your future. Good people, take control of your future. Take control of your future. Yeah? Because if you don't, the people who will suffer the most will be you. Brothers and sisters, the country has a bright future. We have laid a solid foundation that has been built on previous foundations. Don't destroy that foundation in search of false hope. Protect it. I pray every day, every single day, that God will guide us to bring us together, to hold together, to work together, so that those children of yours who are now in ECDs and primary na wengine, yeah, will have a great, great future to look forward to. Yeah? Haja yangu ni future ya taifa hili ni future ya wananchi wa taifa hii, ni future ya watoto wetu. And I know that that can never be achieved if we continue with this start-stop business, and if we continue with this issue of learning to lack respect for those who have got me. I always say, I would not have been able to do what I have done if it was not for the blood of Dedan Kimathi, if it was not for the work of Jomo Kenyatta, if it was not for the work and foundation laid by Tom Mboya, if it was not for Jarab, I have to respect it. All the way, hata Moi, hata kama kwingine tulisema alifanya makosa, kwingine alifanya mema. Built on that, Kibaki amekuja amejenga, na mimi nimekuja nimeongea, hata kama nimeweka kosi moja ama kama ni mbili, mwingine atakuja naye aweke mbili. Then tomorrow we have a wonderful, beautiful home that is encompassing all of us. That is the way to build a nation. Yastahili kwanza tujue ya kwamba taifa letu la Kenya, the majority, wale ambao ni wengi, ni rika yenu. You comprise of almost 70% of this nation. And as you comprise 70%, ni kumaanisha ya kwamba mzigo ule mkubwa ama gurudumu ile ambayo itakuwa ya muhimu kusukuma gari ambayo tunaiita Kenya mbele na kuhakikisha ya kwamba tutaweza tufike Kanani pamoja, ni nyinyi. Hakuna mtu, ni nyinyi. But therein, as I said, lies the danger. Kwa sababu msipokuwa pia na fikra za kujiuliza kesho hii itakuwaje, tumejipangaje, tumejitayarisha kwa njia gani, inaweza kuwa nchi ambayo itakuwa ya kilio, ama nchi ambaye finally itaweza kuwa imejiondoa na imetoka kutoka shida ambazo tumeongea juu zazo for a long time. Sijui kama tunaelewana. Yeah? And that is why I say therein lies the danger. Because the path you take can either take us to the heights that our forefathers dreamt of, or can equally destroy this nation and take us back to square one.
Ne muthamaki wa bururi ndamurehera kanyamu ndugathikiri inegene riki no ni ngoragwo ndi muhunjia mataina mereire mbari ne ingi gukira mbari cio raugo horo wao. Your Excellency, meguo jeshi ithuĩ twĩ mamilioni ma andũ, Your Excellency. Koguo twenda kugo ihinda rĩa kinya no nĩ kuhora tuhoragĩra rimwe. Koguo iko 2013 watu ni gacira karia kega na tutire twerira peace tangi to no akimenya ndagethire kuhoya gĩikaro kwa governor Kimemia na haha.
In many parts of Africa, there is always a struggle for power. Struggles for power begin from the struggles for internal democratization of our parties or units where we belong when we come to power. The politics of compensational structure, the politics of deficit, the beginning from a deficit that I had a deficit. I had a deficit before I was born, or when I was born. I found myself in a poor family. It's the politics of compensation that haunts Africa today. Many people want to take on leadership, but it's the leadership as a basis of where you came from, or the leadership has qualities.
My father bought me my first shoe in 1981 from a Mr. Onyango on the street for 60 shillings because he could not afford the butter shoes. Why am I saying this? Today, as you can see, the gentleman who did not have shoes is sitting at the high table. With the son of the founding father.
Sasa kama nitaambiwa naongea siasa, lakini I'm not, I promise. I have no such intention. But, you know, when you hear people out there, you know, they talk, oh, huyu mtu fulani, dynasty hii, sijui dynasty hii. It's not about that. Leadership is not about where you were born. It's not about where you came from. It's not about the color of your skin. It is not about your tribe. It is just about a desire to serve, a desire to do good, a desire to make a difference in the lives of people. And anybody can do that.
For a leader to be a leader, he must have qualities. Identify himself with qualities of good behavior, qualities of no corruption, qualities of no hatred, qualities of engagement, discussion with others, collective responsibility, listening to the people. These are the qualities. A leader who delivers does not need to have a background. A leader who delivers can't deliver without a background of the rich or the poor. Many people in Africa seem to be misinterpreting that once you are born, you directed God to produce you in a particular family. None of us would have been where we are had we actually had a message from God where we would be born. I therefore look at this as conversational politics. Meritocracy is the answer. Meritocracy gives you the position that you yearn for. Meritocracy delivers you a position. Meritocracy gives you what you are doing for the people of Kenya or Uganda or whatever country where you are in Africa. But if you don't have these qualities, even if you are born from a family that had the whole world as theirs, then you cannot be a leader. It is therefore very important that the leaders who yearn to become leaders in Africa stop the usage of compensational politics. The politics that you want to compensate on others simply because you were poor, simply because you didn't go to a good school, simply because you don't drink in the same place where they drink, simply because you don't eat in that restaurant, simply because you don't have cars. That politics has got syndromes, traits of people who are either corrupt or have hatred or have a problem on itself. I therefore call upon you people to re-examine as Africans that wherever you come from, the background you come from, you are an African. You can deliver something for your country. You don't need to be able, you don't need to come to compensate for the lost past, because with such attitude, you will grab everything and your country will collapse. Thank you very much for listening.
It is ridiculous and it is against the laws of nature that we can have somebody sitting pretty who takes home more money than the credible entrepreneur who is doing actual production of goods and services.
We always say it as it is.
It is only in this country that when a thief is arrested, you hear elders from their tribe saying, he is our son and he is our thief.
If you are deviant
Yes.
and I call you leader,
Yes.
probably you are already a leader, but you are leading in the wrong direction.
We want to see the role of the youth
Yeah.
in the security,
Yes.
governance,
Yes.
and development.
The youth that I meet and work with here, you know, we call them the millennials and X's and Y's, this and that. They don't necessarily want to live like their fathers and grandfathers, do business like their fathers and grandfathers. They're more independent, they're better educated, and they're the ones that are making everything move in this region.
We look at the issues, we talk about issues that impact people's lives in Africa.
The African peoples themselves continue to cheer bad leaders, and because they cheer them on, they continue to be misled.
Let me ask you, doctor, would you rather be somebody who does not enjoy so much freedom but you are rich?
Yes.
Or you'd rather be poor who you are actually imprisoned by the poverty itself?
My goal is not to come here and say, I want the majority ownership, I want to own this, I want to own that, I want to do this. My goal is we all make money and we're all happy, and I help build a big business here.
Punchline is for Africa, with Africa, from Africa. Punchline Africa TV opposes any form of terrorism, and our policy is very clear. We condemn Al-Shabaab, we condemn Boko Haram, we condemn Al-Qaeda, we condemn any remnants of Al-Qaeda cells that linger on this African continent, that maim people, innocent people. All these acts are not done by a particular religion. People have just picked a religion and used it. In Kenya, in East Africa, and in Africa, we should be vigilant. That is, now we don't know. You can be very, well equipped at your doorstep or at your gate, but you don't know up in the crowd when we are moving in town, in cities, in Dar es Salaam, in Mwanza, in Kampala, in Kigali, in Johannesburg. These people have come closer to our cities, in Nairobi. You might be moving and somebody just starts stabbing you. I think they have changed these tactics. So we must be vigilant ourselves as citizens of these countries in Africa. Together we shall one day wipe out all forms of terrorism that have actually widened the gaps or the gulf.